What's the number one biggest diet mistake that's holding you back from losing body fat? I'm going to share with you the biggest diet mistake, and I also want to give you 2 or 3 extra little tips to help you along the way. The number one biggest diet mistake is, drumroll please, going on a diet. Okay, let me explain. When you go on a diet and you lose a bunch of weight, a few months later, you often gain a lot of that weight back, and sometimes even more of that weight back. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this before, or at least know somebody that's lost a lot of body fat, and then a few months later, they gain it all back again. This happens for a multitude of reasons, but I want to attack this from the core. So if you go on a diet, you are implying that you have to come off that diet. If you get onto something, then you have to come off it. If you go on a medication, you come off the medication. If you get on a bus, you get off the bus.
Hang on, slow down a minute, sorry. Bus wankers!
And in a nutshell, that's why diets don't work. Because you change your behaviour radically, but then it only lasts a couple of months and you come off again and you go back to doing what you was doing before and you gain everything back again. Essentially what I'm saying is never go on a diet. What I teach people to do is to create what I call a sustainable nutrition plan. A sustainable nutrition plan is predominantly whole foods, healthy foods that are dense in nutrients, so they're nutritious foods, they're not GMO processed foods, and you craft those foods into meals that you actually enjoy, that taste good. I wouldn't lie to you guys, it will take a little more time to prepare these types of meals. However, it's healthy food you can eat in a calorie deficit if you need to lose some weight on this nutrition plan, but because you actually enjoy the foods that you eat, it's sustainable. It means you can eat like this forever. That means you're not on a diet, this is your diet, this is what you eat. It's healthy food that tastes good. The way you get to that point is you've really got 2 options. You can either hire a coach and get them to help you create a nutrition plan that fits with your lifestyle, or of course you can do some research for yourself and create yourself a plan that you know you're going to be able to stick to. Some of this advice, such as in this video today, is very simple, but a lot of the time it's a real breakthrough moment for people when they hear advice like this for the first time. And it was exactly the same for me. I spent many years trying to stick to different diets, couldn't figure out why I couldn't stick to diets and why I thought other people could. And when you don't give in and finally figure out the best way, it's a great feeling, it's a breakthrough moment. But I know a lot of you are going to think it feels like you've wasted many years, but don't look at it like that, because all of those mistakes you've made are all experiences, and nobody else other than you has those experiences that you've actually learned from and become better as a result of making all of those mistakes. Of course, if you can learn from other people's mistakes before you make those mistakes, that's the best case scenario. But sometimes you have to go through all the different steps, trial and error, before you get to the point where you need to be. Let me give you guys some quick fire tips that can help you along the way. So you can implement all the tips and tricks and hacks and everything you want. If you don't eat in a calorie deficit, if you don't burn more calories than you eat every day, then you won't lose body fat. It's the law of thermodynamics, it's very simple. Calories in versus calories out. If you don't eat in that deficit, you can do anything you want, you will not lose body fat. Another little tip for you guys is make sure that you track your calories at least for a period of time. I understand not everybody wants to track calories all the time, but you need to be aware of things like different sauces and oils that you add to your food, because you might think you're eating in a calorie deficit and you're not accounting for the amount of calories in different sauces and oils and these sort of hidden calories that you forget about. The next little tip for you is focusing on doing too much cardio to lose body fat instead of just focusing on your nutrition. If you want to lose body fat, I pretty much recommend doing almost no cardio. It's just going to make you more hungry. Now, some people want to do cardio. If you really want to do cardio, you can, it will work, but you'd be much better off just weight training. You'll burn more calories, you'll build more muscle, you will look better, and cardio for the most part is a waste of time unless you're just doing it for health. It's not a waste of time for health, it's a waste of time to try and lose and burn body fat. You can go and kill yourself doing an hour's worth of cardio, burn 200 calories, and then eat 200 calories in 10 seconds. For the most part, it's a waste of time. Focus on what you're filling your face with, not trying to do loads of cardio. The video I want you guys to go over and watch next is the video that's on screen right now, and that's how to actually lose belly fat. Belly fat is something that a lot of people want to know how to lose. This video is going to break it down and tell you exactly how you can lose belly fat.